totally blow your mind right now, partner.
Yeah.
You know what they say in the South.
Yes.
Bring me the horizons touring and for February. That one came out of nowhere.
The geographical location of that accent really varied, moved.
We moved a few states over.
It was like an Indiana Jones
yeah.
transition.
We got out of character a bit there, but we're back on it
It's
now.
really going over.
It's cause I'm laughing. Shut the fuck up and let me do my thing, will you?
Oh, Sam, you got here. When did that Southern gentleman leave?
Well, he's left some evidence.
Incriminating.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's nice to be here.
It's good.
Sorry for
I'm glad you're here.
sorry for Dermot. Before.
That other guy was. Phew, a bit on.
It was a bit of a con man. You're standing on my cable.
Oh, sorry, Chief.
That's not a euphemism.
Yeah, police chief.
What did I do to deserve
That's
that?
a huge step up. If someone champs you, don't hit him with chief, hit him with police chief. It's a double insult. Oh no, no. Do not
just my
extricate
eyes.
some ice in this room.
Ease up, police chief.
It's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah. I saw something the other day. You know how, there's always one funny person who, when you're drunk around the cops, they go, evening,
Gets a little lippy.
evening, Ossifer.
Yeah, one of
And
them.
they think they're really funny for slurring their words.
Yeah.
Or, you make a joke when you're sober and pretending to be drunk. You go, Ossifer. Anyway.
Gets him every time.
Oh, jeez. You're the funniest bloke in your own head.
Funniest bloke in the lockup. Have you
Anyway.
been listening to anything new lately, Samuel?
No.
No.
Anyway.
Thanks for coming this week, guys.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
Yeah, fuck that wall off.
Yeah.
I have been listening to, or trying to wrap my eardrums around New Bring Me the Horizon.
Mm-hmm.
Posthuman Next Gen. There's no T in
Oh,
next,
no T.
And they're
Just have to
doing that
change the
stupid
notes then.
thing where nothing a backspace can't fix.
Yeah, exactly.
They're doing that stupid thing where they name songs, but one of them's lowercase, then there's a random uppercase, and it's impossible to spell
I'm gonna have
fast.
to look at this now, isn't I?
It looks like this. It looks like a 4-year-old's typed it.
No.
It's a little bit arrogant, isn't it?
None of that shit.
It's very emo.
It's very, like, rawr.
Yeah, it's rawr. It's how I was going to say it's how the police say I love you, but their father didn't tell them they loved
No,
them.
they say I love you with I want to stop there before
Buttons.
Yep.
You know how they say I love you?
They don't.
Tickets. That's so funny. Keep talking.
Thanks, Ossifer.
Constantine. Look, Bring Me are always one step ahead of literally everyone, it seems.
Yeah.
And this album has a little bit of everything. There's like J-pop in there. It feels quite emo, like
Yep.
nostalgic early 2000s emo,
Mm-hmm.
mixed with like their chaotic, random blast beats integrated throughout.
Yep.
There's a few cool features on it. They got Under Oath in there. They've obviously got Lil Uzi Vert in their single,
Oh, wow.
Amen, that made it. They've
Oh,
got
yeah?
a song on here called Puss E.
Oh. Original soundtrack, too.
Yeah, I'd love to know what that's about. Or Puss E. Puss E?
I'm going to assume it's Pussy.
Some sort of cat.
Because... Okay, so Die For You is one of the singles on this album, correct? Is it?
Yeah.
That came out ages
That came
ago.
out in 2022.
I was going to say, that's
21
that's
even.
an old song.
Yeah, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these.
Aurora
6.
also on there? What a sick...
Yeah, 6 of these were singles.
right.
But there's 16 songs on this thing.
Yeah. Which,
Bit much.
so, we do a little album... If you're sticking around for Vinyl Club, you'll know that we do an album a week. We chat through.
Keeps the doctor away.
Exactly as they say. Album a week keeps the doctor
At bay. Away.
meek. We're both firing today, aren't we?
An album a week makes my knees...
Creek.
weak, but it's different word, different spelling, same sound. There's a word for that.
Homophone.
Don't call me that.
Like, you know, we listen to a lot of albums, and you know, you get some long ones, some short ones. You know, variety, spice of life, Sam. And
It's like appendages.
Exactly. It's like your fingies. And I find that an album 16 is, I would say, an upper limit.
It's excessive.
Like, as in, if there's more than 16, they better be very good quality.
Well, I feel like, well, the album's been a hot topic of conversation for the last, I reckon, 3 or 4 years in music.
Yeah.
Because some people think it's pointless now in the age of Spotify and Apple Music. Other people still enjoy it, and the discovery aspect to albums and the appreciation for the songs that aren't singles.
Yep.
But I feel like we got to a comfortable point where 10 was good, 12 was just, you know, an artist being a little bit fussy. They didn't want to put out B-sides or hold any.
Yep.
I feel like 16, it's a full concept album, and they've got little interludes spread like throughout.
Yeah.
But like, what's the point?
16 is a long album. And I think part of it is also, it lasted a while because Spotify gives you, you know, you get paid on Spotify per stream. And, you know, the one that was really bad for it was Drake released, I think it was Scorpion or something. There's like 20-something songs on there.
That's 2 albums.
Right?
Work smart, not hard.
But the thing was, they were all a bit medium. And so, but like, it was gaming the algorithm because they would all get put into different like playlists and stuff like that. So the per stream revenue is going up because, you know, they'd all pick and choose and put them into different playlists and stuff like that. So it's getting a higher representation. So I feel like on Spotify, if you are releasing an album, you want it to be longer.
You do. But it's, from a music integrity point of view, it's a real kick in your own dick, isn't it?
It really, like...
You've lined yourself up.
There is no... I mean, apart from if you're doing a physical release, like a vinyl, that's really the only limitation on what your album can be format-wise.
But they're probably going to do a vinyl that is like at least 2 discs.
It has to be probably a 2-disc, yeah.
Which is 4 sides.
Yeah.
You do 4 each side.
That's 16.
Having to flip a vinyl twice, replace the disc, and then flip that... That's just obnoxious.
That's a workout.
In terms of vinyl etiquette, you want at least 5 or 6 songs on one side. 6 is a stretch. You don't get that many on many occasions.
But you can make they sound a little better when there's less song on the vinyl. They can work a bit more with the space they've got.
Yeah,
they're not as bunched up.
I just don't like having
tinny.
I just don't like flipping vinyls. It shits me.
Oh, he's a man that doesn't.
It's
like
a first world problem, isn't it?
It really is.
But look, overall, songs I liked on Posthuman Next Gen.
Next Gen.
It's like a Power Rangers series.
Power Rangers Posthuman Next Gen.
Power Rangers Next Gen. Red Power Ranger.
Battery sold separately.
Keep out of hands of... I don't know where I was going. I didn't know.
Ages 3+.
Hey?
Ages 3+.
Yes, that's where I was going.
Yeah. I got you covered.
I was going to say keep out of the hands of toddlers, but that's not how they say it.
Don't let your little fuckheads touch this.
Toys can be swallowed.
Hold up.
Well, they can.
They can.
They can suck the head right off a figurine. You got to put that out of context.
Do as you wish.
That's going to be the intro of the show. Mark my words. Anyway, figurines aside, songs that I did like. Utopia.
Yeah.
Very emo sounding.
Yep.
It has like an old school bit of riffage, which is
good for the gut.
It's quite nostalgic.
Yeah.
Limousine with Aurora, straight out of a Deftones album.
Nice. I do.
And
Aurora has great vocals too. I really love her work.
Deftones are more like Mood Ring. Don't know if you've ever heard of them.
Okay.
Dark Side was a single. You know that one. A Bullet with My Name On.
That's Bullet.
Slash.
Like it's our episode titles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Featuring Underoath. That's quite a good... Obnoxious song titles aside, they know how to write a good harmony.
Oh,
Not
amen.
harmony.
Featuring
melody.
Lil Uzi Vert.
Fuck. Melody.
Melody. Nice. They do write. I think you played me a little tiny snippet of the album before, and the first thing I said was not that many hooks.
No, it is quite messy.
Yeah, but that's fine. It's allowed to be. Like it's next gen. I think like they are doing that. It feels a bit post rock.
It feels, yeah. I think they really enjoy Japanese culture. A lot of Japanese music that's electronic or metal is quite chaotic.
Yep.
And I feel like they're going down that route. I've combined road and route.
He's having a bit of a nightmare here.
Soon I'm going to bring Cliff back. But yeah, I think it's probably an album that's going to grow on a lot of people. I feel like when Bring Me drop a new album, everyone's like very quick to say they don't like it or pick out the flaws. And then they listen over and over and they go, okay, this is actually really good.
Bit of something going on here.
Maybe they're in the Matrix. They're living in the future and waiting for us to catch up.
Yeah.
I wouldn't give them that much.
They're ahead of the game. I do still like my pinnacle of Bring Me the Horizon.
Don't say Armo.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
He's never touched a woman.
But I have touched Armo.
Anyway, something new from you, Maxwell.
Absolutely nothing. I've had a bit of a fucked week, so I haven't listened to any music really.
You and me both, mate.
Yeah. I've listened for the purpose of the podcast. I've listened to some Knock Loose, but we can hear about that later on.
Well, they don't bark in that album.
I was a bit disappointed, actually.
It's just the RSPCA collab coming next year, I think. Well, look, I've also been getting into new Billie Eilish a little bit.
Yep.
The singles are starting to roll through radio play and TikTok. Birds of a Feather.
Yep.
Lunch.
Yeah, Lunch I've heard a couple of times on the spin.
Eat that girl
Don't
for
mind
lunch.
it. Yeah.
Birds of a Feather actually has her singing and not doing the whispers.
Oh, yeah, a bit more like full-throated.
Yeah, full voice.
Yeah.
Full voiced.
Singing it with your chest.
From the chest.
My name is Billie Eilish.
Wow. Do it again, Roger.
We're doing a lot of voice work on this episode, aren't we?
Today's episode brought to you by Vocal Coach. If you know one, look this way. Do it again, Billy.
My name is Billie Eilish.
I thought you were going to sing a different part of the song.
No,
I don't know why I've gone British all of a sudden.
I only know the one part of the song. And that's the one
The
part.
part where she goes, I am Billie Eilish.
You know how like DJ Khaled used to put like a little audio tag at the front? Like every Billie Eilish song. You often can't hear it. But every Billie Eilish song starts
it's like a
with
dog whistle.
Yeah, so at the start of Bad Guy, it's like dun, 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 and then my name is Billie Eilish. I'm the bad guy.
I got nothing. And then I've also been listening to a little bit of Tiny Habits.
Oh yeah.
You don't know who they are, do you?
No.
They're a little trio.
Oh, Trace.
It's a 1+2 job. Yep, or a 2+1 job.
Oh.
Yep. Or anyway, they are a little trio of singers, and they just have really lovely harmonies.
What broad genre?
I'd say it's like folky.
Ooh.
You know how there's a playlist called like singer-songwriter?
Yep.
It's that vibe.
Yeah, I'm big on what you put down.
And they just put in like really lovely harmonies. Sometimes they're quite dissonant and it catches your ear.
Something your mum could listen to.
Yeah. Although I sent my mum a bunch of music and I think she came back and said, are you okay? I listened to very sad music.
You sent her 4 Cannibal Corpse albums. What are you doing?
Yeah, it was Cannibal Corpse and then...
Fucked with a Knife.
Is that a song?
That's a Cannibal Corpse song, yeah.
That's very graphic, isn't it?
Have you ever looked at the Cannibal Corpse discography?
No. But I've actually thought about this before.
Yeah. I'm just going to give you... These are a couple of big hits.
Yeah. So are you going to give me some Cannibal Corpse? Actually, let's play a game.
Yeah, okay.
Is this a Cannibal Corpse song or not?
Yeah.
Hang on.
Oh, no. I thought I closed this door.
If the audience is listening, do we bring Cliff back for this? I don't think we do.
How are they meant to comment to us?
Like and subscribe to bring Cliff back.
Cliff's on the edge.
Cliff has been replaced with Forrest. Forrest Gump.
So these are some titles.
Hit me. Is it Cannibal Corpse or not?
Is it Cannibal Corpse? I blood.
Yeah, that's Cannibal Corpse.
Cannibal Corpse from 1992. Addicted to vaginal skin.
Stop making eye contact with me. No, that's you.
No, that's Cannibal Corpse.
Oh,
Same album. For the knife, I gave you that one for free. Necrophile.
Yep.
That's Cannibal Corpse.
Yep.
Hammer Smash Face.
Yep.
Yeah, it's Cannibal Corpse. It's also not. A lot of these are off the same album, Tomb of the Mutilated. So if you want to have us listen to Cannibal Corpse.
Well, I was thinking, imagine if a member of Cannibal Corpse just started dating a woman.
Yeah.
And then meets a...
Shredded fuck.
No, that's you.
That's me. But Shredded Humans is.
But picture... A member of Cannibal Corpse starts dating a woman.
Yep.
Or a man.
Yep.
Whichever way they swing. That's fine.
A person.
A person.
Yeah.
And then they meet that person's family. And they go, what do you do? And he goes, I play in a band. Oh, lovely. I'd love to come and see them
Make some
sometime.
tunes.
What sort of music? Oh, we're a little bit heavy. Sort of like, if you know, like Slayer and Metallica, we're sort of a little bit more extreme than them. Oh, okay. When are you playing next? We'd love to come and see it. This Saturday night. And then poor old Maureen and Tom rock up to their son or daughter's partner's show. And they go, what the fuck is up? This is with a knife. And then it's just pure. My voice won't let me do that.
That would be an even better version of
Fucked with a knife.
Next up, fucked with a knife. Da-dum-dum-da-dum-da.
I was fucked. Oh, you didn't stop.
Sorry.
Gotta keep going. I was fucked with a knife this morning. Boy, oh boy, it hurt. Up my rectal passage and Mum walked in and boy, she got a shock. She said, son, what are you doing today? I said, Mum, I'm probably going to have to go to hospital because this has fucking done a job on me.
That was Cannibal Corpse in the Four Seasons with by a knife.
They'll be performing all summer at Las Vegas.
Turns out, I don't think you can buy any Cannibal Corpse in Australia. I think it's illegal.
Really?
So no, sorry. It was illegal from 1996 to 2007 when they were finally classified, restricted to 18 years and plus and only. I think it's the only like 18-year plus albums. They have to be sold with censored and uncensored editions of the cover art.
Yeah, right.
It
is. Yeah, I've just Google searched them, images.
Yeah,
everything is blurred. Like, I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
I'll be able to zoom on this, but like, fucking hell, I feel like we're on the dark web.
I would love to buy someone a Cannibal Corpse record.
Safe search
for their, just happy birthday. This one really got me through some tough times.
I know we've only just met, but I just wanted to get you a record that I know you're going through a little bit. This album helped me through some really tough times.
Song 6, Icon Blood.
Yeah.
That's the one you want.
I'll tell you what, I just had kidney stones will do a number on you. And it really helped me.
It's good to know someone else is experiencing what I'm experiencing.
Yeah. I'm going to turn Safe Search off.
Oh, for the knife.
Oh, it's not that bad.
This is
it is quite graphic.
It's graphic, but it's kind of comedically graphic. You know what I mean? Like,
it's graphic, but it's like cartoon.
We've gone on a bit of a Cannibal Corpse tangent there.
We've gone on a contangent.
That'll be good for the socials. Entrails ripped for virgins.
I'm so sorry. I think
I didn't write the song. What are you?
I'm so sorry.
What are you, the government? The government.
Settle down, Karen.
Speaking of the government, Sam.
Government.
The government.
Gavin. Did you find him?
I found Gavin.
Where was he?
Can you actually find Gavin in that game?
No,
we spent too long. We spent too long in Red Dead Redemption. Can you not find him?
We're really alienating our female audience. Although females,
a lot of women play Red Dead Redemption.
And
that was very misogynistic of you, Sam.
All right, Cannibal Corpse boy.
Entrails for virgins.
I hate that word.
Entrails?
Virgin.
Oh. He only flies Qantas.
Jetstar.
Oh, sorry.
I can't afford Qantas.
I wanted to talk about some other activities that the government has been up to lately, and that is possibly breaking up Live Nation, which is
Fucking sweet.
we here at 78am do not have a specific thought on that, but
Fuck yeah. Oh no, that's a shame.
some stats. So just I want to clarify everything that we say in this with neither of us are lawyers, and
No,
we're not
last time
going
I
to comment on ongoing legal actions.
We're just commenting on what we've been told
Yeah, look,
through the dark web.
Nope.
How do you access that? www.darkweb.com.
Google dark web. Just some stats that I saw before.
Yes. I know nothing about this, so please educate me.
All right, well, so let's go from the top. The U.S. Department of Justice, joined by I think 24 states or something like that.
Of the 50, that's
29 states.
Oh, that's over
And
half.
the District of Columbia have brought this lawsuit against
Canada.
Yes, has brought this lawsuit against Live Nation, basically saying like, you guys are using monopoly power in the music and ticketing and live events industry to stop competition from occurring and to stop other companies from being able to compete.
Isn't it disgusting when they put hotels on properties and
I know.
then they charge rent?
I know. So they're alleging all of this and basically saying that after you guys bought Ticketmaster, you controlled way too much of the industry and it's not happening. So some numbers for you here. Live Nation controls 60% of concert promotions at major venues in the US and 80% of primary ticketing at major concert venues. So that really does not allow a lot of space for
Anyone,
really. So yeah, it's and basically the US antitrust legislation, it doesn't say that you're not allowed to be a monopoly because some industries that like a company will just be a monopoly because they invented something within that industry and they start like at one point Facebook was a monopoly. There were no other social media things that were kind of that.
Yeah,
big.
there's no competition.
Exactly. So
But this time
there was, and they've all been hoovered up, allegedly. And thanks for that. What are you sending me? That was a really convenient time to do that. Oh, thank you. How long were you waiting for that?
I was it came across my screen.
Okay, I'll pop that up in the chat here. There's a photo of Sam from 2 years ago. And anyway, so they're basically alleging that the problem is not that they are a monopoly, but that they're using the monopoly power to keep other companies out of the thing. So big artists want to go on tour, want to go to festivals and stuff like that, and Live Nation say basically the only option you have is for me, or is for you to come to me, and good fucking luck otherwise. Allegedly, again.
Allegedly.
Alleged.
We're not lawyers.
We're not lawyers.
And this show is not sponsored by lawyers.
No.
Or the US government.
Or Pilot yet.
Or Live Nation. But I do have erection issues. Shout out Pilot.
Have you listened to Cannibal Corpse?
Peeing through the eye of a needle.
I Come Blood. Does Pilot have something for that?
We are seriously not sponsored
We're genuinely
by Pilot.
not sponsored by that. We need to stop doing this bit.
Yeah, we know. Oh, we know. What am I talking about? But
yes.
I don't know.
Well, things like some other stuff from the court file. The
Yes.
court file. There's 120 pages of court file. I'm not going to go through all of it, obviously.
You've read it all there. haven't you?
Yeah, that's irrelevant. So key pieces that the U.S. Justice Department have put forward in this case include the fact that Live Nation just hoover up other brands. So AC Entertainment was the regional concert promoter that basically put on Bonnaroo, the music festival.
Yep. Big festival.
Yep. Live Nation pursued a deal to buy it in 2016, even though the company had doubts of the economics of the acquisition, according to the complaint. They basically bought them, by the sounds of it, so that AC Entertainment could not go to a size to compete with them. So they even on the books, the company internally was like, "This is a bad financial decision."
Yeah.
But they were like, "Let's do it now. Let's kill it now while it's small enough."
Yeah. And then it can't rival us.
Yeah, exactly.
If you can't beat them, buy them.
Exactly. Which is, again, allegedly, because this is also working its way through court, what Facebook did with Instagram, where basically, allegedly, Zuckerberg went to the Instagram founders, said, "Here's $1 billion. Either you take this, or I keep my $1 billion and I make something that rivals Instagram, and we just kill you anyway."
Yeah.
And so, yeah, the Justice Department is basically going in and trying to break them up, and obviously, this all has to play out in court, and I'm sure Live Nation will have some very expensive lawyers trying to defend them, but it certainly is shining a light on some interesting practices.
Very much so.
Yeah.
I'm just having a look at the Bonnaroo lineup. It's a big lineup.
I think some of the, like we've flagged it before, and we've flagged it. We're not specifically calling out Live Nation here, but the control of so much of the music industry infrastructure within one company or a handful of companies really does make it difficult for anyone
really
to compete. You have to play with their toys, the prices they charge. You don't have many other options. So
ticketing, delivery fees for a digital ticket.
Yeah, that's another thing that was brought up. One of the co-sponsors of the lawsuit was the Connecticut government. Yeah, and I think it was the Attorney General or someone from Connecticut basically like listed all of the different fees that you have to pay, and it's like processing fees, ticket delivery fees, handling fees, venue fees. Like there's the credit card fees, there's the all those kind of things. Like it's by the time you add it up, you're paying like $40 in fees. Yeah, it's just on top of an already ridiculously priced ticket.
It's like when you buy a plane ticket and you go, fuck, that's cheap. You have to pay for your seat, and you have to pay for your luggage, and you have to pay for a seatbelt.
I hope not.
Short episode this week, isn't it? But look, speaking of short episodes.
Yeah. Did you shit yourself? I don't think that was a good fight. That sounded like you just shit yourself.
I didn't do anything.
A man shits himself live on mic and camera.
I didn't do anything. Although in the camera, they will see me lift my leg.
And they will be like, he just shit himself.
Which
the force that you had to apply to that to get it out. That was fuck. You told me off air that you had a bit of a sore tum.
I did too.
And I think it's come back to bite you.
Might have to go to the bathroom after this episode. So anyway, follow us at 78
Jesus.
We
have had...
we've got pneumonia.
We sat down with Pond this week. I mean, me.
Yeah, you did.
That's fine.
I was away.
You
in a manger.
Yeah, you had
no
many important things to do. The
little boy Jesus. Pond are probably listening to this, being like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, this has been a chaotic episode, and we do chaotic episodes quite well.
Fellas, what's going on?
G'day. We sort of chat about a few different things. Obviously, Pond, march to the beat of their own drum, and we kind of talk about that and how they go about putting all of the Pond energy and sound into one album, and we actually touch on album length a little bit as well. So,
do they talk about like water features and lily pads, streams,
yeah,
anti-fishing laws?
Often,
yeah, I thought so.
Who's fishing in a pond?
Desperate people.
You're not getting March. Maybe a frog.
Tadpole?
Maybe a koi?
Koi?
Yeah, a koi pond?
Of course. Yeah.
Well,
or,
a James.
James Pond.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Welcome back, and ahead of their upcoming 10th studio album, Stung, we're joined by Nick Allbrook from WA Legends Pond. Welcome to the show, Nick. How's it going?
Good. Thanks for having me.
No, thanks for joining us. We like to start the same way every week by asking the same first question, which is, what's been spinning in your playlist?
Oh, I was listening to No Fixed Address.
No Fixed Address. Okay. All right. Okay. Is that a? I mean, I suppose I can imagine that your playlist is pretty varied, pretty eclectic.
Yeah, I'd say so. Probably. Oh, mate, I don't know. I'm sure there's more eclectic playlists out there. But, yeah.
It's always interesting to hear like exactly what people are listening to, because you get some pretty unexpected results. But No Fixed Address, I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah. And last night I was listening to Silver Jews.
Okay. Can't say no.
Great band.
All right. I'll add it onto my list. Look, before we go into album talk, let's chat about the latest single, Solo. It's out now. It feels like a David Byrne track. It's been put through a mincer with maybe some like George Clinton and P-Funk, especially in those verses. Lyrically, it's a strange combo. It's dark and bleak, but it's juxtaposed by like a pretty upbeat, strutty sound. What were you guys feeling like you wanted to hit with Solo?
We kept on talking. We kept on. I feel like things like concrete and I don't know, this sort of like strutting down a very hard grey concrete street, I suppose.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I think Gum kept on talking about a real sort of coked up Berlin vibe.
Is that a coked up Berlin vibe? You know, mid morning you've come out of the club, or is this you going in? You're going into the club first.
It was probably mid morning, actually. Yeah, it's
the
a
sun
bit
is
like
very up.
yeah, it's a bit sort of bizarre. Yeah, it's a bit like some sort of malformed Muppet character kind of Yeah.
I can see that. It kind of has that, because at the same time, yeah, you feel like it's an easy one to dance to, but it also feels like there's some dark stuff undercutting all that.
Yeah, it's a bit sort of sinister and weird, but also really really silly.
The best way to come out of the club.
Yeah.
I mean, like so many Pond songs, it's built on layers of sounds, textures, beats. When you guys are sort of in the studio kicking around ideas for songs and like as they're coming together into their final forms, what's the marker for you guys to sort of say, you know, oh, this groove has sufficient like elements to it that it's nice and it's come together without going into like full like chaos of just too much going on at all times?
Yeah, it's hard. I don't think there's a proper formula for it. Like you just I don't know. You just sort of keep pushing and pulling, and I think there just gets a point where you just can't imagine what else would need to be on it, and it's like you sort of know that anything else is going to be gratuitous. So if it's not sounding good, it must be something else, you know, mixing or I don't know. I think we sort of go through, and if there's bits that just stand out as being like, just make you feel a bit weird, like lyrics or little parts, then you just kind of try and redo them or tidy them up. And yeah, at some point it's just like, well, I don't think this is going to get any better. So stop.
It's the feel, it's the vibe.
Yeah.
Have you looking back over, you know, the Pond discography, have you ever sat down and thought, oh, I wish I'd added like one extra element to that song, or I wish I'd taken that thing out or anything like that?
I haven't. Not yeah. Or maybe some early stuff you think like, God, that is so out of tune. Like, could we not have just tuned or done it again? Or like, how did we think that was okay? But at the same time, I'm thankful for all that. I think it's good. It just is what it is. It makes it a bit more, I don't know, interesting, relatable, and yeah. No, I never do. I don't. I'm usually, which I think says a lot. Like you agonize so deeply about things when you're in the middle of trying to crack it out, and then once it's done, it's done. I think we often like. There are a couple of songs we kind of like an old like a Kinks song where the guitar solo comes in and it's just like way too loud. But that's just become the furniture, and you wouldn't have it any other way. Like there's a song by this African psych kind of garage band called Witch, and he starts doing guitar solo, and it's rocking for like maybe a bar and a half or something, and then he clicks on the fuzz pedal, and the volume shoots up to just drown out every other like part of the mix, and it's fucking cool.
Yeah,
and it's like, well, I'm glad they didn't go back and like automate that, you know.
Adds that character, adds that like that depth where you're like, this is what I came for. Something that's a bit off center.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah.
When you're in those moments and you're having, you felt the vibe, you felt like this is the amount that we need. We don't need more. We don't need less. Is it a pretty democratic process in the band? Is there how many voices are in the room saying, "Oh, I think one more," or "I think one less"?
It depends. It depends who's around. Um, Gum and Gin kind of they sort of hold the steering wheel as far as mixing goes. But there'll always be the rest of us kicking about, and it's just kind of like, they'll often be like, I don't know, Joe might be saying, "Yeah, cool, I love that mix. I've got to put these harmonies on the end," and just keep sort of saying that, and then eventually do the harmonies. It's like, all right, sweet. Everyone kind of has a little idea that they'd like to try, but sometimes it gets to a point where it's all just, you're just like, it's sounding good anyway.
Yeah. Let's not overcook this.
Yeah.
Solo, it's a new track that's cut from your 10th studio album, which is an incredible 10 studio albums, incredible. And word on the street is that you're cutting a little bit loose and letting the record run a little longer than your last few records. Did you feel like you didn't have the time to package in the full Pond experience on 9 and Tasmania, or what's the word behind this one?
No, it's more like it was often a thing that Jamie, who plays bass in the band, was pretty into. He was always a real advocate for the like Tidy album and Brief. Tidy and succinct, with a kind of strong aesthetic kind of compass. Because we'll, like for 9, we made, there's like 20, 25 ideas or whatever for songs that kind of go between whatever genre you like. And they might be good. Like some of them I really liked, except they kind of sat outside of the, I don't know, the motif or whatever. Like for that one, we had this idea of like our word, our phrase, our sort of North Star phrases were like full Resna, Blade, dusted jackets, and then me and Gum wrote this song like the TAB Took My Baby Away, which is sort of ended up coming out on the B-sides, but it was sort of soft and we're like, it's not really full Resna, is it? And there were some others like that, and we just but with this one we've kind of just been like, let's make it just like more varied, and everything kind of goes in the pot.
I mean, I suppose that's one thing that we, as fans and listeners, that we kind of expect with Pond, is that there's no genre or sound that you guys are afraid to go near or touch or not include in your music if you feel like it's the right sound for the track. At the same time, you guys, this is your 10th studio album, as I mentioned. You've been around releasing albums for 15 years now, which I guess probably like qualifies you to be elder statesman of the scene, if we can go there. With a lot of the cancellations of like tours and stuff like that, it seems like multi-genre stuff that puts two things that are not necessarily the same oeuvres together are getting canned, Splendor, Groove and stuff like that. Do you feel like we've crossed a line where bands that have been, or a scene or bands that have been happy to explore that genre crossing stuff might be retreating back into genre, and the fans like kind of retreating back into, I'll stick to my rock festival or my dance festival or my that kind of thing?
Right, I don't know as far as punters go, but I suppose like if you look at the most popular things in the world at the moment, like I don't know, like Taylor and Billie Eilish and shit, like they probably have more distinct kind of polarities in their sound than we do, almost like and in the same way they kind of shoot for, like Beyonce did that country song, but it still sounds like Beyonce. Just like we sort of say, oh, let's do a free jazz thing, and it just ends up sounding like Pon. Um, so I don't know. I don't think. I guess when it comes to the sort of tribalism and like identifying with the genre, maybe that is a thing, but I don't know. I haven't really noticed that. I guess I don't. A lot of people I hang out with aren't sort of real staunch flag bearers of being like a rock person or like a, you know. So I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure. I'm sure people who go to stuff like Splendor are still probably like gonna be attending mainly the like dance tents if that's their type of shit, or like or the rock and roll bands. If I don't know.
I mean, there's a space where I could see Pond performing at a full EDM festival, just like just bringing it aside to the festival to balance it out a little bit. I could see that.
Love that. Yeah, that sounds fun.
Look, you're heading both across the country for a set of dates in June and July, and then over to the UK and Europe in September and October. When you're pulling from 10 different albums to construct a set, how does that process work? And are there any older songs where you're like, fuck, I wish we still had this one in the live set, or is it a pretty fair game across everything?
Yeah, it's pretty fair game. We've tried heaps of them. There are some that we just don't really go near. I feel like once we got a good set list, we kind of roll with it for a bit, but usually in between tours, someone will say like, oh, what about X? What about this song from Beardwives Denim? And it's kind of like, oh yeah, let's give it a try, and it might work. But we don't really dig too deep into the old stuff. It's like we play the ones that we really like, that are really good and work well live. And then I think we're just trying to stack up more of the new album as it comes out, because the new songs are really fun to play.
Yeah, have you had a chance to trial them out a few times live? You just got back from the US. Was that a chance to flex the muscle with it a little bit?
Yeah. We did a couple songs from Stung, but we didn't end up doing solo. We practiced it real hard, but we were playing like 4 new songs, so we kind of chickened out at the last minute, being like, oh, let's just do like 3 new ones, because that's quite a lot for, we're like, oh, we'll do solo again, we'll practice it and sound check tomorrow, and of course you never do. So,
that makes it sound like Australia is the place to be if you want to catch that debuting live.
Yeah, definitely, it is.
Well, on the Aussie legs of the tour, you are bringing a bit of a fresh local face to the stage as your supports in each city. So in Melbourne, you got Parsnip. In Sydney, you've got Delivery. And then here in Brisbane, you've got Full Moon Flower Band, just to name a few. Full Flower Moon Band. How much curation, I suppose, goes into selecting those supports? Or is it just basically, who's a good hang backstage?
It's definitely that. But we haven't really met any of the bands for this Aussie run, except Giacomo in Perth, who are awesome, and one of my favourite Perth bands, and real lovely people. But I don't know, like it happens pretty quick. I don't know. People throw a bunch of bands in a hat, and we sort of go like, oh yeah, that's cool. Yeah, let's do that. But with Full Flower Moon Band, I'm a fan, so I was kind of like gunning for that. And then we also really liked Parsnip, so we're like, oh, fuck it, let's just get different ones for every every show. If we're already doing Perth, Brizzy, and Sydney, then it's like, you know.
I think that's pretty an overlooked way to do it for supports. I feel like it's a great way to get someone local in front of, you know, a pretty big audience. In, you know, obviously Pond is drawing a pretty solid size crowd, so to get someone local in front of their local punters is a great way to do it.
Yeah, it can be sick. I mean, it's also very sweet to give someone the opportunity to do a tour, or give us the opportunity to have them doing a tour with us. You know, but yeah, the different, the local support thing's pretty sweet too.
Absolutely. Well, Pond's latest single, Solo, is out now, so make sure you get into it wherever you listen to your music. It's a cut from their upcoming 10th studio album, Stung, which is set to release on June 21st. If you're in Australia, catch them live in Sydney, Hobart, Adelaide, Melbourne, Brisbane and Freo between June 14th and July 6th. And if you're on the other side of the world, they'll be touring across the UK in late September and early October before going continental across Europe in October. Head to pond.band to get tickets to the show near you. Nick, thanks so much for taking the time and having a chat to us.
No, pleasure, man. Easy.